Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another empowering episode of Pep Talks with Megan De La Concha. That is me, your host, your personal empowerment and confidence coach. Welcome back to yet again. If you are brand new, welcome, and I hope that you find this episode to be some sort of blessing for something that you may be going through or looking for in your life. I know, especially if you're listening or scrolling through YouTube and your suggestions come up so many times, the right video, the right message has just come through on the exact time that I needed it. So I am hoping that I can be this for somebody out there. And if you are a longtime listener, meaning you made it with us through season 1, because we are in season 2, then welcome. And I'm so happy to have you return. I truly appreciate it. Subscribing to this page, liking, sharing, commenting is the best way that you can support this podcast and keep it going. So glad that you guys are here. And I just wanted to let you guys know there's 2 announcements, just housekeeping announcements. I am hosting a masterclass on I Am Emotionally Intelligent this Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021, 7 p.m. on Facebook. You have to be a part of my private community called The Grace Space. So for those of you who receive my newsletters, you got something in your email that has a direct link in order for you to get to the Facebook group and to join. For those of you who have not signed up for my newsletter, you can do that via my website, megandelaconcha.com. Or on my Instagram, there is a direct link. It is at megandelaconcha.com or on Facebook. Or if you just want to go to Facebook and you just type in The Grace Space, private community hosted by Megan De La Concha, go ahead and request to join. It will be approved. But that is how you get into the masterclass for Wednesday. And it is so highly suggested. I know it's not like a super catchy, whimsical title that, that's really marketable. I know a lot of people are probably like emotionally intelligent. I really don't know that much about it. I've kind of maybe heard about it, but kind of boring. But let me tell you, the one thing you need to know about this masterclass is emotional intelligence is the first step to realizing your full potential. It is bottom line, the foundation for everything, the leadership you have, being able to have social connections, positive, successful social connections, to be able to self-motivate, to be able to create confidence and create resilience, which helps you sustain your journey to your goals and to a transformed life. And that's exactly the conversations that we have here. So I urge you to sign up for the Grace Space and be available for Wednesday's live masterclass, which will also be followed up by a Q&A on Thursday with a special sacred invitation to work specifically with me, plus 2 amazing surprises, giveaways, gifts that I will be sharing and granting one of you guys. So I am so excited. I have poured my heart and soul into this. This is not just a colorful presentation of something I just thought of in my head. This is actually an evidence-based, research-based masterclass, because I am all about that research. My background, if you don't know, I have 3 master's degrees in public health, all focusing on mental health. So it's super important to me. This is what I love to share. These are the key elements, you guys, of being able to get to the life that you want to get to. It takes a ton of unstoppable confidence and unshakable resilience. Those aren't just fun words to say. It's real life. It's real life essential skills that we need in every dimension of our journey. And I am here to guide you and to teach you one-on-one how to get these skills so that you can actually reach your goal of the life transformation that you so desperately seek. Okay. So, with that being said, I will have all the links to everything in the YouTube comments. I believe I can add them to the notes, the podcast or the episode notes. I will try to do that. But if not, everything is here on this video. If you're just listening, then I will add the handles and stuff to the episode summary. All right, enough blabbering. On to today's episode. So, if you have been, with me for the past couple of episodes, I kind of like to run on a theme before it runs itself out because, once again, these are conversations. This is the purpose of my journey. The purpose of this podcast is to share my journey with you real time, not 3 months later, 6 months later, 3 years later. I want to share with you the very vulnerable side of me, the authentic, the organic, journey that I am on with the celebrations and the struggles. I want y'all to laugh and dance and cheer with me. And then I want y'all to, cry, drink wine, and binge on ice cream with me. That's literally what I want from you guys. So I like to share with you what I'm going through as I'm going through it. So we can be on this journey together because let me tell you something. And I was devastated when I found this out, by the way. I am not special. Devastation, tears, heartbroken. I am not special. And what do I mean by that? Meaning this journey that I'm on is not mine alone. The path is my own journey. I have my own path, but I can look to the left and I can look to the right, and I have somebody who's going on that same journey with me. It's their journey, right? It's their goals, it's their milestones, it's their accomplishments, it's their work. Everything is theirs, but we're in the same, here it is, that word again, space. We are in that same space of maybe feeling alone on our journey, which we talked a lot about last week, was this space that God provides for us that signals that we're moving forward, but it doesn't feel so good. It feels alone. It feels isolated, but he creates that space for us for a reason. And we have to go through that space in order to become, solid in who we are, in our identity, in our faith, in our trust. And he removes everything that's unstable. He removes everything that doesn't serve us. He removes, everything that we need to shed in order to move into the next phase of our life that we have been asking for, right? We just had no idea this is how it was going to look. So he removes all of those external securities so that we are able to become who we need to be. We're able to kind of fix what we need to fix. We're able to debug ourselves in order to go fully, presently, and as our highest selves into the next phase, the next level of our life, because that's the person we need to be in order to sustain the life that and the blessings that he has already laid out for us and that are just waiting for us. So if you haven't caught that episode, go back. It was last week's, I believe it was episode 24, The Space Between. I had some amazing, amazing feedback. I already had some requests about this space, which is why I created that episode. But then the feedback afterwards has just been phenomenal. And I tell you what, I do always pray about what God wants me to talk about. And that was one of those where it was just such confirmation, and it was him confirming my journey and my path and establishing me. So really awesome episode. And to kind of, ride the coattails of that episode, I want to go into, as we're in this space, how to trust God through this space. We went over why this space is created and how to embrace it, but how do we trust God even when we don't understand? And I'm just, right now, I don't have a script. I'm just going to speak from the very heart, from the heart. And that is, right now, I am right there with you guys. I am in this space of transformation. And it is, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to describe it. It's such a push, pull type of feeling. But I am right there in the middle of this space between. And I can tell you firsthand that I don't understand one bit that's going on. I don't understand. I feel like I am moving forward in the way that I'm supposed to, but yet sometimes I feel like all the things that I feel I need with me in order to sustain where I'm at right now, especially in my business, are kind of falling away and fading away. And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do A, God, if I don't even have B to do it? And sometimes I was telling my husband, like, man, I am scrapping things together with duct tape, but I'm still doing it, right? Like, this is going to be a janky, this, that, whatever, but I'm still going to do it because this is what God has called me to do. And that is called trusting in Him, even when you don't understand. And excuse me, I am grabbing a devotional here because I wanted to share some things. That He has shown me through this process. So, what does it look like? What does it feel like? Or what does it even mean to trust God when you don't understand? Surrender. And it takes, first of all, I want to preface this. In order to get to this space in my faith is also a journey, right? You have this main journey that you're on, and then you also have all these like little mini journeys that you're going through, right? It's like a TV show that has an overall storyline, but like every episode is its own storyline, right? It's its own story. So that's kind of like how your journey is. Your journey has a very long underlying theme that just goes and goes and goes. And then you have these little episodes on your journey that have these own little things that you're going through that just keep you on the main path, right? So, for me, my husband and I are going through a lot and not with each other, not in our relationship. We are actually, what we're going through right now is stronger than ever. And what I mean, what we're going through is we're having to make some financial decisions. We're having to, kind of reevaluate where we are demographically. We need a bigger space. We need something that's more manageable. We've definitely been hit by COVID, financially. Just a lot of things that are just unstable right now. A lot of things that, again, there's no security and, we don't have the security. I'm an entrepreneur. I work from home. I have my own business. I don't have the security of having a paycheck every week, every 2 weeks. We've had to make a lot of adjustments and we've had a lot of things to celebrate. And then we've had a lot of things that have kept us up at night. And for a while there, this is just speaking from the heart, we were definitely inserting our own insight and we were inserting our own understanding and we were trying to figure things out on our own. And what we came to find is that we were becoming more anxious, we were becoming more scared, we were becoming more uncertain, more doubtful, we were becoming more confused. And it was like, every day I kept doing my devotions and I kept praying for this and for that and for God to guide me. And this journey of faith is a real journey. So if you do not sacrifice your time to carve out any type of fellowship time with God, I will tell you, you're never going to get to a place where you can trust Him fully. Because what's going to happen, because this was me, is I was praying, I was doing my devotions, I was saying that I was trusting Him, I was saying that I have faith, but I was having trust with doubts. I was having trust with doubts. And I kind of felt that way, but I kept trying to convince myself, like, no. I trust Him fully. I trust Him fully, but still I was losing sleep. Still I was going to bed with anxious thoughts. My stomach was in knots. I didn't want to check my bank account. And I thought, okay, this doesn't feel like trust. This doesn't feel like faith. This doesn't feel like grace, because if I were to truly trust God, if I were to truly have faith in him and his works and really believe what he says in the Bible, then I would have peace. And I don't have peace. So I really had to look at myself and wonder why. And at first I wanted to blame it on God. And I did. I had a conversation with him of me just basically saying, "Why? Why me? What is going on? I don't understand." And that is verbatim what I was saying to God. Like, what is going on? I'm asking for this and you're not giving it to me. So I really had to take a long, hard look at, okay, this has nothing to do with God, because at this point in my journey, I know that God has my back. I know that in my head. I read his word. I believe his word. I believe he is true. So why do I not feel it? What is blocking my heart? What is stopping me from completely surrendering? I mean, completely, utterly, like on the floor, weak, because you have given your blood, your bones, your nerves, you have given everything up to him, truly, truly, truly letting go. What is stopping me from doing that? What is stopping me from experiencing this peace that I know I can have through him, because he promises that? And I had to look at it. It was my lack of trust. It was me trusting, but with doubt. And I'm going to read a verse to you from James 1:5-8. And this came to me in the middle of this like cry fest that I had with him. Like, what? And so it says, if any of you is lacking in wisdom, ask God, who gives all generously and ungrudgingly, and it will be given to you. But, always a but, ask in faith, never doubting, for the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. For the doubter, being double-minded and unstable, there's that word again, unstable. For the doubter, being double-minded and unstable in every way, must not expect to receive anything from the Lord. I am going to read that again. For the doubter, being double-minded and unstable in every way, must not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Okay, so if that didn't shake some of y'all right now, I don't know what did. So we've already talked about how God shakes everything that is what? Fill in the blank. Unstable. Right? So he was shaking me to the core, and he was literally plucking. Oh, you think you can rely on this? Gone. Oh, so you moved from this reliance to this reliance? Gone. So you found security in this now? Gone. What you gonna do? What do you have left, Megan? What do you have left? And it was not until the day, which was just a few days ago, that I just felt this release. And I just said, I don't even know what I'm holding on to anymore. I really don't know. I don't understand it, but I'm letting it go. I am surrendering, Father God, every understanding, everything I think I know, any insight I think I may have, any answer, any logic, anytime I'm trying to figure something out, I am letting it go and I am giving it to you. Because I know that through this struggle, I can still find glory and enjoy you. I know that through these circumstances, through these adverse circumstances, I am able to be blessed. I know that your light shines most brightly through my belief in the dark, through my trust in the dark. Every time a situation seems to get darker and darker and darker, his light gets brighter and brighter and brighter. And when things seem all wrong, which they have lately, I trust in him anyway. And I've journaled and I've rededicated every ounce of my being to trusting in him. God is much less interested in the right circumstances than he is in the right responses to whatever comes our way. And I'm getting that from my January 26, 2021 devotional. And I have it underlined like 3 million times. When things seem all wrong, trust him anyway. He is much less interested in the right circumstances than in the right responses. So, what was my response? My response was to pray because that's what I was supposed to do, to say the words, I trust in you and I have faith in you. But what my response, my actual response deep down, was I was running around like a rat race trying to figure out who can I borrow money from? What can we not pay? How can I rob Peter to pay Paul? How can I figure this out? Me, 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 me. Trusting in me, having faith in me, leaning on my understanding, relying on my insight. Because I didn't understand. And I felt, well, he's not doing it, so I have to do it. That was my mentality. That's literally what I was thinking, what I've been thinking. And it was causing me to drown in anxiety and drown in stress until I realized that is not what he is asking me to do. That is not trusting in him. That is not having faith in him. That is being unstable in every way. That is being double minded. And how dare I expect him to come through for me in ways that I think he's supposed to come through for me when I don't even believe it? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. When you let go and you let God just set the pace for you, he is going to show you the way that's laid before you step by step. And let me tell you right now, it's like I'm in a dense fog where I can't even see my own hand or a severe blizzard, or I can't see my own hand in front of my face, but I know that it's there. Why? Because I felt it before. I feel it. I sense it. I know I haven't lost it. It's always there. I know exactly where it's at. Even though I can't see it, I know that it's there. That is like God in my life right now. And the thing is that as soon as I surrendered everything to him and I just let go, like my body became physically tired because I didn't realize of how much I was holding on to, trying to hold on to all the security while I was in this space. And he kept bringing me further and further and further out into space. I was between the space station and Earth, floating, nothing to hold on to but my faith and my trust. But that was necessary for me in order for my business to become an empire that I'm working for it to be, in order to do his creative work, in order to do exactly what it is that he's called me to do and receive the blessings that are coming my way. I have to have this type of faith and this type of trust, because had I not let go of that and continued to lean on my own understanding, I am building a house upon what? I am building a house. I'm building a business. I'm building relationships. I am building my family. I'm building myself upon a house of sand. I have to build it upon rocks. I have to build my life upon solid rock. And when that storm comes through, what is left after everything is shaken? Solid freaking rock, which is God, which is faith, which is my trust. And my husband and I, we have some big decisions to make in the next couple of days. And honestly, we don't really know what we're going to do because it's not for us to know. And we have been at such peace. We have never slept so soundly before. I mean, like babies. like babies, and we're comforted. And I tell you, I go around every day and I wake up in pure gratitude. I wake up with joy because I have the Lord in my life, because I don't have to take this burden on anymore, because I trust him in the things that I don't understand. The only thing I understand right now is that God has got me. He has got my back. Goes down so hard for me that I am more excited about the blessings that are coming through this struggle, the blessings that are coming through this storm. I am more excited about that. I am more excited about not being able to see what lies ahead of me than I am scared, anxious, fearful of what is currently going on. What is currently going on in my life. And why? Because when you trust God fully, when you fully trust him, then you are able to live above your circumstances. When you fully trust God, you are able to live above your current circumstances and say, that's fine. Listen, wherever God leads me. Because a lot of times we pray, God bless us with this. Bless me with this. Let this happen in my life. But we're already thinking 10 steps ahead of how we think it should go. Lord, let this happen, and then this happen, and then this happen, and then this happen. Boom. Easy. Look, I just laid it all out for you. That's our own path. That's our own understanding. That's our own insight, and we got to let that go. We have to be willing to say, God, lead me, and that's it. Because a lot of times, most of the time, we don't necessarily get the things that we pray for. We get the things that we are obedient to. Right? All God wants is just a yes. He just wants a yes. And sometimes I get it. That yes is very hard to give because we don't understand, and it is not in our human nature to go towards something that we don't understand. It's not in our human nature to go towards something that is new, that we haven't experienced. I mean, think about it. When I do this, when you're watching a movie and it's like a show, and you read the summary of each show. Why? Why don't you just watch the show? I read the summary because I want to get a hint of what's happening. Right? Because I kind of want to know even just a little teeny tiny bit. But with God, he just wants you to trust. He just wants you to click onto the next episode. That's it. No title, no anything, no summary. He just wants you to click and watch and say, yeah, I'm moving forward no matter where you take me. Because I know if we go through the highest mountains, if we go through the storms, if we go through the blizzards, if we go through the earthquakes, if we go through the tornadoes and the hurricanes, the floods, that I will survive it. And I know that what is coming out on the other end is blessings beyond all expectations. When your focal point of your consciousness is his presence, all of the pieces of your life will fall into place. So it's also shifting your trust. It's shifting your trust, yes, but it's surrendering to your trust and to your faith and to God. Surrendering every single doubt. And not try to take it back, not try to take back control. But it's also shifting your perspective, shifting your consciousness so that your eyes, the eyes of your heart, gaze only on him and say, I don't care if there is someone screaming in my ear, if there is fire behind me, if there is, knives beside me, if my hair is twisting and turning because I'm entering, a category freaking 5 tornado. Like, I don't care. I am so fixated on you because I know I'm going to get through this. I trust you. I believe in you. I have faith in you. I'm going to get through this. And the blessing that lays for me on the other side is something beyond I've ever imagined. Those who center their lives around God and his promise, this promise of I've got you, I've got your back, your paths are straight, it's already figured out. will find themselves blessed beyond all expectations. People who center their lives around God's glorious promise find themselves blessed beyond all expectations. And I am telling you, these are words that he's given me. This is not like, oh my Megan, you're so right. You're so wise. I know that I'm right because this is what God has told me. This is not something I figured out. This is not something that I woke up at 2 a.m. and was like, ding, ding, ding. Oh my gosh. I asked him to talk to me. I asked him to show me, guide me, Lord, every single day. And he gives me bits and pieces. And these are his words. These are his words that he gave me. When you walk on the path of trust, which is a golden pathway, you live above your circumstances. And I tell you what, in the middle of something that my husband and I have been through before, and we've been, it's caused just tension because we're stressed or we're scared and we're fearful and we're not communicating. We have been communicating better than ever. I can feel our relationship just deepening and rooting. Our roots are going further into the ground and we're stronger, and we look at each other with more love and more trust and more understanding, like a love beyond all understanding. And we have a peace. He has even said, I have slept so good the past couple nights. I've not worried about this. And he has said, that is a new feeling for me. Because I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what our next move is. I have no idea, but I trust him. And I know it's all going to work out. And we get excited. We're excited. He was dancing around the house the other day. I'm excited. I'm just so excited about what's coming for us because he sees me doing the work. He sees me fully going into my purpose, and he is also working in his purpose as well. But he sees everything that's coming from this brand new journey that neither of us knew what the heck to expect. But when you're filled with such gratitude and joy, not because you just got money deposited in your bank, not because you just closed on a house, not because, you just got that job you wanted. When you wake up and in the middle of the storm, you wake up with the joy, with pure joy of thank you, God, for another amazing day. I can't wait to see what happens today. When you wake up with that type of peace, it is like there is no going back. And I trust even when I don't understand. And I've never felt that way. I've never felt this way before. I had no idea faith felt like this. I had no idea that this is the type of God that there is. I had no idea that God was this God. And it's like, okay, well, I can say, oh, our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven and earth. He's the Alpha and Omega. He's the beginning and the end. He is the great I am. But I'm experiencing right now exactly what that means. And that is awesome for me. And it's awesome for anybody out there who's experiencing that or who wants to experience that. For you to get to this place, you have to carve out your time. You have to carve out your time for God. You don't just meet somebody on the street and immediately trust them. It doesn't matter if they have the best reviews on Yelp, Amazon, whatever. You don't just trust them. It builds trust. And how do you build trust? You don't just go home and not talk to them. You talk to them. You communicate with them. You connect with them. And God will do that. He will talk to you. He will connect with you in ways that are undeniable. You will never be like, I'm just not really sure if that's God or not. Maybe in some circumstances you might feel like that, but on this journey, when you're in this space with him, he is going to give you things that you just like, this is my react. I go, okay, oh my God, I hear you. I got you, God. Like, say no more. Because it is so undeniable that it is him speaking to me. And every time it happens, it's awesome and it's amazing and it's overwhelming. And I am filled with joy and I am filled with gratitude and I am filled with peace. But it took me a while to get there. It took me to be in this space and be in this space for a little while. He's going to keep you there until you get it. But I also had to sacrifice my time and realize that the intimate relationship that I have with him is only going to grow out of the time that I carve out for him. He also says through the intimacy of our relationship, you are being transformed from the inside out. As you keep your focus on me, I form you into the one I desire you to be. It is so powerful, you guys. How to trust in God without understanding. And when you get that sense, when you get to that place with him, which it's not like, oh, it's going to take months and it's going to take years. No, it could take minutes. It could take hours. But when you have that intention and that desire burning in your heart to say, you know what, I have no idea what's going on around me. And I don't even know what the next step is, but I'm going to give that up right now. And I'm just going to listen. And I'm going to heed his word. And I'm going to obey. And I'm going to follow. And I'm going to take that staff that he has given me to walk uphill with him. And I'm going to lean on it because I trust that I can. If I need to put all my weight on that staff of trust, I can. Because I trust it. And I know that as long as he is guiding me and as long as I am putting my understanding and my insight aside and giving that up to God, I know that A, I am on the right path, and B, what I'm about to experience next is going to be something I didn't even know I wanted or could experience. And watching that unfold and knowing that that's ahead of me, even though I can't see it, even though I may not even know how to get there. Trust and do good. That's my job. When you don't know, your two answers are trust in him, and do good. And he's going to direct your path. And knowing that life lies ahead of me because of the work, because of the struggle that I'm going through right now, and I'm finding him and I'm embracing, and his light is getting brighter and brighter as the situation or the problems get darker and darker. That excites me way more than being scared about what's happening right now because I don't understand it. Right? That is a peace beyond understanding, beyond measure. And that feeling is just, you can't go back from it. Once you feel it, you can't unfeel it. And I will never go back to that scared and anxious and fearful place. It never ever served me. It never will serve me. But it's a journey. All of this is a journey, you guys. This is life. This is what life is. Right here. All of it. God does not promise you a life without struggles, but he does promise you a peace beyond all understanding. This is the world. The world is full of struggles. He never said that there was going to be a problem-free life. In the world, you will have trouble. John 16:33, and I will end with this. I have told you these things that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, because I have overcome the world. I'm going to throw in another one. Psalms 112, 4 and 7. Even in darkness, light dawns for the upright, for the gracious and compassionate and righteous man. He will have no fear of bad news, aka struggles. His heart is steadfast, trusting in the Lord. Can you imagine that? Having no fear it doesn't mean that you're not going to feel, it doesn't mean you're not going to feel like, oh gosh, that's not really the news I wanted, or oh crap, how am I going to handle this? Of course you're going to feel that. But can you imagine not having that fear that keeps you up at night, that fear that, keeps you living in your lack, the fear that puts knots in your stomach, makes you want to go throw up? Can you imagine just knowing that you can face whatever it is and God's got you? That's where I'm at right now. And that's where you, I hope, are or have experienced or have been before. If you have, please comment below. I want to know who's there with me, who's on their way with me. If you believe, I want you to comment, believe. I believe. I surrender. If you're with me, please leave a comment if you're watching this on YouTube. I believe. I surrender. Because there's no greater peace in trusting when you don't understand. Trusting in God when you have no power to understand what the heck is literally going to happen next hour. But it's so amazing. I could go on and on and on about this, obviously, but I'm not. I've already taken up 41 minutes of your time. Thank you for keeping, with me this far. It's such a beautiful message, such a beautiful message. And please share, because you don't know what friend or family is going through some inner anxiety and stress, because, this is a real time of COVID is still very real. COVID is still very real, and the lasting effects of that, we can only gauge, but we don't know. We don't know. A lot of people lost loved ones. A lot of people have lost homes, jobs, stability, food, shelter. Please, if there's a way for someone to listen, share it with them. Not to broadcast me, Pep Talks with Megan De La Concha, but to broadcast the message. I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful, empowered week. Please do not forget to register and sign up for the I Am Emotionally Intelligent Masterclass, again being held this Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021 at 7 p.m. only on the private Facebook community, The Grace Space. You will be accepted, okay? I know it says private, but that's because like a la-ti-da. Anyway, you guys go on. Have an empowering week. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you next Monday, or hopefully Wednesday. See you there.